tempers flared today during a special city council meeting aimed at reducing the amount of crime across the city.
Now, council members heard from residents fed up with a years-long spike in violence. Council also started putting some solutions potentially on the table, proposing a series of measures that touch on things like responsible gun ownership, truancy, and juvenile curfew. Now, the city's health director is even calling the crime a public health crisis in New Orleans. Homicides, assaults, robbery, and theft have all seen double-digit increases over the past year. The meeting today was stopped several times as people got angry and started shouting.
When you got to go to the gas station with your gun in your hip, when you got to go to the grocery store with your gun on your pocket, that's a war zone.
Where is the facilities? Where is NOR? We need facilities like NOR. NOR changed my life as a child.
Obviously, a lot of people frustrated, and residents are now also calling for a living wage and better education and a renewed emphasis on programs giving young people an alternative to crime.
Eleanor Tabone talked to 3 women who were speaking at today's meeting.
3 women, tired of the bloodshed and not afraid to share their thoughts on the city they love.
It's fruitless to try to hold a meeting to say you want to hold people accountable for crime when you don't really take the opportunity to address why the crime is the way it is.
Teacher and education advocate Aretha Lewis was one of many who spoke to City Council Wednesday in a city that lost 266 lives to violence last year. She believes the city needs to get to the root of the problem.
Putting bread on the dinner table, having safe housing, having a job that's paying you a living wage so people can pay their electric bill, their water bill, and still being able to afford dinner. That's a tough decision that many families in the city are making every day.
She believes the conversation around crime needs to address the importance of education. It's a conversation she's already been having with struggling families.
I've had students living in their car with a parent and 4 children living in one vehicle. Without a decent education, then you can't get a good job. And without a good job, then you can't afford to pay for where you live or put food on the table. So I think everything starts and ends with education.
Just one system of many that aren't working.
We spend all our money on tourism and other things instead of our citizens. And
Ashana Brigard says city leaders need to stop blaming the children and start helping them.
Let me get this straight. Living in a car, being depressed, being stressed out, not having food to eat is not an excuse. Well, then if that's not an excuse, what is?
She says the city cannot arrest its way out of poverty.
How am I going to pay $2,000 of rent, $500 for electricity, and $750 for eggs while making $10 an hour at Walmart? That's not even possible.
Dr. Ashanta White says children need love and validation.
There's something the children are getting from the street that they're not getting from the community, from our schools, from our homes, and they're seeking it.
Without it, they feel like their voice and cries don't hold value.
Until we start investing in people and put the political agendas aside, the city is going to continue to burn.
3 very passionate women calling for change, not tomorrow, but now. Not just for their children, but for their city.
If we can't take care of our basic needs, yeah, a lot of people are going to commit crime.
Eleanor Tabone, Eyewitness News.
Well, we have told you and talked a lot about some of the violent crimes in our special Wounded City. You can watch that special by going to our website, wwltv.com. We will continue to watch as council members work on more ways to combat crime across the city. We'll let you know what they decide here on Eyewitness News and also on our website and on our free mobile app.